I extend a very warm welcome to all of you to the webinar series connected by Team Ayush Shema, Healthy Women, Healthy India. I welcome wholeheartedly Dr. Kapil in this Ayush Shema as an expert for today's evening. The purpose is to boost or support the breastfeeding for the healthy body. As a part of motherhood, this is also a phase in which many women go through physical as well as emotional changes, which comes to a new mother, to the lactating mother. In breastfeeding process, mother and child connects at the emotional level also. So this is a beautiful moment and a feeling which mother gets when she feeds the child and she feels happy and content. She has given feed and he can sleep well. His nourishment is proper. So breastfeeding is very important phase in every woman's life. This is the good kickstart to know the exactly benefits for the pregnant women as well as for the lactating mothers. So this in this COVID pandemic, all are talking about the immunity boost. The nature has gifted the colostrum and mother's milk in the form of good immunity and nutrition for the physical growth, for the bone development as well as for the development of brain. So it has many benefits, the mother's milk. um, I will invite Dr. Veena Kapil. She has done a 5 years degree course BNYS, that is Bachelor of Naturopathy and Yogic Sciences from SDM College, Ujire. And then she has pursued her master's qualification from Manipal University, Nutrition and Dietetics. And she was serving as a dietitian in multi-specialty hospital, and she has given very good services in the form of diet therapies for the many clients. I welcome you, Dr. Veena Kapil.
Thank you, ma'am. My special thanks to Dr. Bharti Acharya for selecting me or giving an opportunity to share my views. Genuinely, I wanted to share something about the breastfeeding. Thank you so much.
Thank you. This is the women's health issue, or we are promoting the women care. This is also one of the very important factor, breastfeeding, because since ancient times, as the mother nature has gifted a woman milk production for feeding the baby, as well as all the processes, natural chemicals, hormones are beautiful thing, but we should be taking care. So many things we will discuss today. What are the nutritional benefits, how it works, and the more emphasis we are giving now in this is to enhance more breastfeeding. So the latest trend is like breastfeeding is the or lactation, which is the primary source of food or meal or feed, we call it, for a newborn baby or a development of baby. So what do you think about the present scenario of breastfeeding?
See, what I feel is in olden days, the process of breastfeeding was entirely different. It was very near to nature. And mainly the females used to be at home and they used to continue breastfeeding for 3 to 4 years. And they never felt awkward for doing so. And even the family was supportive and it was very common. But nowadays it is not so. And the females didn't have any issues in the related to the production of breast milk. But at present, the lifestyle of a woman has changed. So what is happening is for the few 6 months, they breastfeed the baby. Within 1 year, they stop breastfeeding. Probably, there are many challenges she has to face. There is a lot of stress involved. She has to shoulder many responsibilities. She has to take care of her career as well as her family. So there are a lot of obstacles. But so because of that, she is unable to continue breastfeeding. I think hardly, I think most of them will stop breastfeeding before the child reaches 1 year of age. Hardly we can see few ladies continuing breastfeeding, post 1 year. The recommendation is that, and I have heard from many patients that the, elderly people will tell, people will keep asking questions like, what did you do to stop breastfeeding? So much is there. And what they feel is, it's okay, we have cow's milk, we have buffalo milk, it's okay to give, it's very easier. And there are a lot of challenges the mother has to face. She will have sleepless nights, and she will be, tired in handling all the situations, and so many issues are there. So if the breastfeeding lady herself gets convinced about, the importance of breastfeeding, I think definitely it will help. Since it is a COVID time, most of the pregnant and lactating mothers are at home, so definitely they can contribute for the process of breastfeeding.
Yeah.
And what WHO says, at present, what is the recommendation is that first 6 months the baby should be exclusively breastfed. Exclusively breastfed in the sense nothing should be given from outside. It is only the breast milk. And after that, till 2 years, the breastfeeding should be continued along with the complementary food. So this is the guidelines. So I think it works. A few people, for example, I have my relative. What she did was, the baby was underweight. So in order to increase the weight, she introduced, the ragi when the baby was 1 month old. So
Okay.
second day itself, the baby developed the cough. So there was a mucus production. So it didn't work. It didn't contribute for the gain in weight. But instead, when she continued breastfeeding, and when the baby had a good sleep, the weight gain was very gradual, and it had, reached the optimum weight. So the exclusive breastfeeding for first 6 months, you can introduce solids, very basic solids, maybe once the baby completes 5 months, but definitely not before that. And if
Yeah.
the lady is able to produce enough sufficient breast milk, definitely for the at least 5 months exclusively, the baby has to be breastfed.
So the importance is like in today's scenario, working women, they are just following for 6 months, and sometime after 2.5 months, they join the office back. What we see in
Yeah,
the
that is also one of
morning,
the challenge.
yeah, morning and night, they are just uh, available for the kid, and rest they just shift on the other meals. But there are so many benefits for the human milk and mother's milk. So I want you to tell. First we will talk about colostrum also. That is the
Yeah.
first and immunity boost, and nature has given beautiful first dosage of immunity. What we are looking for now today in this COVID time, strong immunity, but nature has gifted. And sometimes because of lack of knowledge, mothers, new mothers, they are not aware of they should give that also to the newborn. So what you will say about this importance of colostrum and its composition, and what are the benefits exactly for a baby?
Yeah, so there is a lot of information available related to this, and even I have undergone all these processes. The colostrum is the first secretion produced from the mammary glands, and for how long it will be there? It will be there for 2 to 3 days, and
Yes.
later on, uh, the milk turns into a mature milk or transitional milk. I don't want to go, so much medically, but the
Okay.
first milk produced, which is yellowish in color, it is called as colostrum. It is more sticky, and more than the nutritional benefit, it has more of immunogenic factors. So
Yeah.
baby has, the gut microbiota has to be established very quickly, and it should be healthy. So for that, the colostrum has a lot of contribution. So what are the immunogenic factors it has? It has IgA, secretory IgA, which is very, very unique. It lines the gut, lining, mucosal membrane, and it has lysozymes, it has different enzymes, it has a bifidus factor, which is a probiotic, and it has a lot of enzymes and immunoglobulins, antibodies. All these contribute in establishing the gut microbiota. And along with that, see, colostrum has everything what the mature milk has, like carbohydrates, proteins, fats. Along with those things, just the quantity is different. Along
Yes.
with that, it has these special, components. And moreover, colostrum also has, more amount of zinc. Zinc is, what is the role of zinc? It helps in the brain development of
Brain
the
development.
baby. So this is some speciality of the colostrum. So the sometimes what happens, the delivered ladies will not be able to breastfeed for first day or second day. They need not worry, but don't throw the first, secretion which is produced, because sometimes they're not aware of it. So
Yeah.
feed the baby the colostrum. You can observe even for the 2 to 3 days, the color of the milk will be yellowish. Why it is yellowish? Because it is rich in vitamin A as well,
Yes.
carotene. vitamin A. So the color of this looks, yellow, and it has less amount of lactose. But after 2 to 3 days, the composition changes slightly. The basic ingredients remain same, but the composition changes. Then lactose goes, the production of lactose is on the higher side as the milk gets mature. So within 1 month, the mature milk comes out. And there are many things, I'm going to explain in detail about the components of milk. You
Yes.
can understand how much beneficial, how much it is contributory in deciding your long-term illnesses or preventing the lifestyle disorders, or if to have a good microbial profile, it has a lot of contribution. So the actually four milk, see there are two types of milk, foremilk and hind milk. The foremilk is a milk which is produced initially or the beginning, and hind milk in the later part. So when you breastfeed the baby in one side, so I think you should empty, the milk should be emptied first and then only you should shift to the second breast. So that is the pattern. But many
Yes,
of
this
you
is also very
heard,
important, as you are saying. This is also very important. The way
yeah,
of procedure of feeding, breastfeeding, how we have to induce.
yeah, exactly. So what happens when the hind milk is very richer in fat, so the baby will be satisfied and it sleeps off well. So once again, for the next feed, you should start with the next, second breast. So this
Yes.
should be the pattern, and it has a lot of water content. People say that you should be given water, the baby should be given water. I agree to some extent. So according to the season, you might have to give, but otherwise, breast milk has sufficient amount of water. So let us see overall human milk what it contains, and you might get a doubt that even the colostrum, the content of colostrum is also there in the colostrum of a cow's milk or buffalo's milk, but the amount varies. Amount is entirely different, and the rate of growth is faster in cows and buffaloes. Calves and this. So it is suitable for those kids. So for a human being, human milk is absolutely suitable for proper health and development. And first, let us see what it contains. It contains carbohydrates, protein, fats, vitamins, and minerals. So let us discuss about the carbohydrates. So human milk carbohydrates, what is the main carbohydrate present in the milk is lactose. So lactose is very, very important. See, lactose is even present in the cow's milk,
Yes.
but the amount is less. And why it has to be present in the higher amount in human milk is, see, lactose, when it gets divided, it is getting divided into glucose and galactose. So that galactose is really important for the formation of the brain tissue. So you are getting a lot of galactose for the brain development is very, very fast in first 2 years of age. So in that way, the lactose is beneficial. And also the second point is the lactose indirectly helps in the establishment of the gut microbiota. The commensals or healthy bacteria will grow on dependent on the lactose. So that is the speciality. I'm not going to in detail. I'm just highlighting the beneficial factors of a human being. The next will come to the protein.
What all other nutrients we find, ma'am? What all other nutrients we find in human milk? First, we are talking about the human milk. So, what all nutrients qualities we find in human milk compared to cow's milk?
I didn't get it. I didn't get you. Sorry.
What
What are the
the contents or nutrients we find in human milk compared to the cow's milk? Now we are more
okay? So
on human milk. So breastfeed should be
yeah,
there.
that's what I'm going to say. So now we have completed carbohydrates. Now proteins. See, there are two types of proteins: whey proteins and casein.
Yes.
So human milk contains more amount of whey protein. The cow's milk contains more amount of casein. So which is more good for us? Whey protein is more good for us. So that ratio is exactly suitable for the human growth. So that is about the protein. So now when it comes to the fat, once again, see what is the difference between cows and human milk? Human milk contains a lot of unsaturated fatty acids. Unsaturated fatty acid, DHA mainly, whereas the cow's milk has more amount of saturated fat. So that is the difference. See, cow's
Yes.
milk has everything whatever the milk has except few things. but the ratio or quantity is different. So that matters a lot. Now, after that, what are the vitamins and minerals it has? Are you able to hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So I want to know how the breast milk helps in establishing the gut microbiota, good bacteria which we call. How this helps?
Okay. Okay. Let me explain. Before that, the breast milk contains, I was just telling about, carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, vitamins, and minerals.
Yes.
And apart from these, it has, many growth factors. Growth factors which are very unique in the human milk. Now, what are the growth factors? It will help in the growth of hepatocytes and blood vessels, skin, insulin like growth factors which will help in the insulin secretion, and so many growth factors which is really wonderful. And also there are growth factors which promote the development of the brain. So these are the growth factors which will not be able to find in other milk. So that's the speciality of the
Yes.
human milk. So it is very, very important to know for all the lactating and pregnant ladies that these have the special characteristics, because of which the baby's growth will be to the optimum reach. So apart from growth factors, it also has some enzymes. Enzymes are also present in the cow's milk, but the amount varies. It has the amount of enzymes present in the human milk is much, much more than the cow's milk. What are the enzymes like amylase, lipase, lactoferrin, lysozyme, all this? They have different functions. It is an entirely different topic. It has
Yes.
different function which aids in the digestion. Also, the lactoferrin enzyme, it helps in the establishment of the microbiota. And it has adipokines. Adipokines, it is very, very special. The adipokines, these will help in the programming of the food intake or metabolic profile. So everybody's body composition is different. So
Yes.
all this food intake, hunger, appetite, all this will be decided, or some contribution. Adipokines have some contribution towards setting up of the metabolic profile. So these are adipokines are something very, very special. And they have also nucleotides. Once again, it contributes for the brain development. And they also have antibodies. And one more thing is, the breast milk is very rich in choline. So it will help in the synthesis of phosphatidylcholine, which is, once again, a structural component of the brain tissue. So these are the special characters of a human milk. So that's why we emphasize on, the process of breastfeeding has to be continued, until the 2 years of age. Even after 1 year of age, the kids is going to get all these benefits in addition to the complementary food. So this is the special. And I want to add a note on, as you asked me how it is going to help
Yes.
in the gut microbiota. So now nowadays it has become a very hot topic, gut microbiota. So what it does, to simplify, it helps in the synthesis of short chain fatty acids, and it synthesizes some vitamins like vitamin K, B12, etc. And it helps prevent the invasion of pathogenic bacteria. And all these things are the functions. And also one more thing, it helps in the secretion of neurotransmitters, as we call gut brain axis. So all these things are it performs the gut microbiota performs a lot of functions, and which are very, very, very essential for the setting up of good future health, to set the metabolic profile. Even in naturopathy we believe so, right? The healthy gut microbiota decides your health status of health. So that is the function. Now, so what is the colostrum? I was talking about the colostrum. Colostrum has n number of bacteria. How the baby's gut microbiota is established, from where the bacteria come from. So the sources are many, like amniotic fluid, areola, and the breast milk is one of the source. So it has n number of bacteria. And once again, the type of bacteria are different in the breast milk than breastfed baby has a different kind of bacteria in his gut bacteria, gut microbiota, and the formula fed baby has a different kind of gut microbiota. I hope you understand what I'm
Yes.
talking
Yes.
about.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, the composition, the commensals and the pathogenic bacteria, the ratio has The commensals, no, the number of commensals should be more than the pathogenic bacteria. So the breastfeeding gives a perfect healthy gut microbiome to the baby. So what is that special thing which is present in the human milk? So that is nothing but the HMOs we call, that is human milk oligosaccharides. Human milk oligosaccharides is a type of carbohydrate. What it does, it is the ideal food for the commensals which are there in the microbiota.
Yes.
So it is not a food for the pathogenic bacteria, it is a food for the commensals bacteria. So commensals bacteria can grow well, and what they do is in turn they produce short chain fatty acids. So how they're useful for us? Short chain fatty acid act as an anti-inflammatory agent. So it fights against inflammation, right? So these HMOs, human milk oligosaccharides, and also they produce a mucus layer, glycans, which will seal the openings in the intestinal mucosa so that it prevents the invasion of pathogenic bacteria. And there's one more thing, in the intestine, you have columnar cells. Okay, the columnar cells of a baby, the intestinal columnar cells of a newborn baby has some gaps in between. So because of the entry of the breast milk, those junctions will be sealed. So there's tightening of the junction, which is very, very important for preventing the entry of pathogenic bacteria and for a healthy structural integrity of the microbiota. So all these are the functions, and also short chain fatty acids, they again the microbiota. If the microbiota is healthy, then it releases some neurotransmitters like melatonin, serotonin, which are very helpful for, it has a lot of functions, that's an entirely different topic.
Yeah.
So this is how the gut microbiota, because of human milk oligosaccharides, have a greater contribution. And also bifidus factor, which is present in the colostrum and the matured milk, it is mostly in the colostrum. So it gives a stimulation for the immunity to start, immune cells. It gives a kick start for the immune cells. So it is a prebiotic. So it is oligosaccharide is an energy source for the commensals bacteria. So that's how it contributes in the formation of a good microbiota.
Yeah.
So that's very, very essential. So you can ask me whether cow's milk has these or it doesn't have. Cow's milk, even it has all these human oligosaccharides, but the amount is very, very less. The more the amount, the better the gut bacteria or the quality of the gut microbiota. So that's the contribution of the human milk.
Okay.
I think, yeah.
So people, it's a general thing. We are getting the more and more knowledge about breastfeed and human milk. You have cleared so many concepts which general public don't know. They are not much aware of this. And sometimes women, as you said, less than 6 months they complete the breastfeeding, and you are advising more than 1 year they can do it. So is there any, like, they think some harmful effect on the mother because its baby needs the nutrition, so its body is driving the milk nutrients from the mother of a baby, they say, mothers in the general people think when baby is on the mother's feet for a longer duration, mother's body is getting weak. So what are things to be followed? Like they think, so maybe because of that nowadays there is reduction in the duration of breastfeed. So what do you say? Whether is there any harmful effects on the mother for long feed?
First thing what I want to say is, extended breastfeeding. Let me tell you about then what care has to be taken from the lactating mother. So before that, I want to tell you that what is the extended, breastfeeding, that is more than 1 year. So whether it has helped, definitely. See, whatever I have explained till now is going to help the child for the growth and development. So one more thing is that, see, the quality of the milk, the composition of the milk, after 1 year, slowly what happens, the carbohydrate content in the milk increases. That's why it becomes more sweeter and sweeter. That's why the baby will not withdraw. It doesn't wish to withdraw the breast milk. So, and the fat content increases, the protein content comes down. So it's okay, but if the protein content comes down, because by the year of 1 age, it starts eating everything whatever we prepare at home. So that's okay. But this increased fat, again, it is going to support for the brain development. Brain development.
Yes.
So the structural integrity of the brain and all those things, this fat is going to contribute. So this is the extended period. It also helps for the picky eaters. After 1 year, slowly the kid starts choosing. I don't want that. They become choosy and they become picky eaters. So for those kids, I think this breast milk helps in promoting the completing the nutritional status. So that is the extended, breastfeeding, and it also helps for the mother. There are both the sides. There is no much
Yes.
harmful effect, but you can take care of it. So for the mother, what is the benefit? So the mother, the researchers have said that the ovarian cancer, breast cancer, endometrial cancer, all this cancer and lifestyle disorders, diabetes, all those things, they're not more prone to all these things of carcinomas and lifestyle disorders. If the more the duration of lactation, is better the lifestyle disorder profile or metabolic profile. So they can avoid all these things. So even research has proved all those things. So that is the benefit for the mother. And there is one more factor. See, what I feel is when the lady is breastfeeding, I forgot to tell one thing. The breast milk has vitamins and minerals. So from where they are going to get derived? So all the vitamins, the content or the amount of vitamins present in the breast milk is purely dependent on the mother's diet, right? And whereas the few things like macronutrients like proteins, carbs and fat and few minerals, they're not at all dependent on the mother's diet. They're derived from the mother's muscle tissue. So the diet plays an important role for a lactating mother in order to be healthy in the future. And the bone density, see, bone health is very, very important.
Yes.
During lactation, the estrogen level is in the lower phase. So what happens is, in order to have a proper calcium content in the human milk, the calcium from the bone, maternal bone, is going to get into the circulation. So indirectly it enters in the breast milk. So the lady should take care of her calcium intakes. What she should eat, what she should eat, we'll see later. But the bone health is very, very important, I think. So many of the ladies after menopause, they develop osteoarthritis, and even before that, they develop sciatica and back pain. All these things have become very, very common. See, if the lactating mother is, the age of the lactating mother is below 30, definitely she can cover up all these things by right exercise and the diet. Because, the bone mass density peak will be until 30 years, until 18 years, but it gets continued, and the peak bone mass is achieved until 30 years of age. So if the lactating mother is below 30, definitely she can contribute for better bone mass.
Right.
So after that, after 30 or 32 years of age, there won't be formation as such, but you can only prevent the loss. So the mother's diet should be very rich in calcium. She can take one extra bowl of cereal, one extra bowl of protein rich food, and 1 cup of milk, extra 1 cup of milk, and extra bowl of vegetable. So that is in a simple form. So the lady need not follow a typical diet. And what she should eat, I don't have any restrictions, but I think she should avoid junk foods, because these junk foods have trans fatty acids, trans fats. So the research says that the trans fats have been, they will be transferred to the baby's, milk, mother's milk, and then it will create an, oxidative stress in the baby.
Yes.
So that is there. They should avoid the junk food, and they should have a healthy, balanced diet. Very simple, prepared in a very simple way, and they should include a variety, the cereal, pulse, vegetables, fruits. Fruit should be, included in the daily basis, 2 times compulsory, and they should avoid, junk foods. So these are the tips she should follow, and she should take care of her calcium. Even if she takes calcium supplements, it's okay for her. So she will be benefited. So breastfeeding is one part, but taking care of herself, it is
Yes.
very, very essential for the future. So if she is able to take care of her diet and exercise, and definitely she is not going to have, the side effects of these in a process of lactation. So it is possible. It is possible. So I advise all the mothers who are below 30, you have still so much of time. So
Yeah.
make out your bone mass, which is lost during pregnancy or delivery. So human milk is very, very special. So everyone, we should support. It is not an individual, responsibility. It is a social responsibility.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it has many challenges in this era. I think every pregnant ladies, whoever is watching this video, should decide, first you yourself should be convinced about it. Then
Yes.
definitely you can, follow this. At least don't stop breastfeeding after 1 year. You can reduce the frequency. That's okay. But continue breastfeeding. It has a lot of benefits.
I think when milk secretions are already coming out, so its nature is providing, then we should give more emphasis to the breastfeed till it is coming.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And as now we will come out with next series, because after discussing with you, so many issues are coming, triggering into my mind: the diet of a lactating mother, and in some
Yeah.
there is lack of milk supply. Mother wants to give, but milk.
Exactly.
So many things
Yeah.
are there. So nutrition also plays a very important role, and you have given a very good elaborated explanations. I think people will be, who are watching, and women's who are into this phase, they will be highly benefited with this descriptions. And if they have any queries, they can mail, or they can put their messages to our website Ayukshema, and be
Yeah.
getting back with your queries and some solutions for this. I thank you, Dr. Veena Kapil, to give your valuable time and your experience. As she said, pediatricians, AAP, WHO, all are giving emphasis on breastfeed. So this is our Healthy Women, Healthy India mission. We are also advising you to give more and more time. So this will give you the more affection also when you are taking care of your baby. It's nothing. But
Yeah.
being a new mother and in pregnancy also, there are a lot of physical changes. Your mental levels are disturbed sometimes, emotional stress, family, so many things are there, and body gets into so many changes. Sometimes after like cesarean, you are not able to sit also. But being a mother is a 24/7 job, leaving your comforts.
Yeah.
You are just focusing and for a new baby and tender care. For mother, children are always like, we are grown up, but for our mother we are small only. So it's a mother's tendency to take care of their children first, living her own
Yeah.
activities. And
Yeah, and everyone, we all want brainy kids and healthy kids. In this
yes.
era, we should expect for a healthy kid.
Hmm.
It's really
so much
important to support breastfeeding.
so much strong competitions are there. Everyone wants their kid to be physically fit, mentally fit, and brainy, super intelligent, and we are having all access to the gadgets. So we will provide the best things to our kids so that they should not be lacking in any field. That is the parents wish, everyone's wish. So first step to being in parenthood or motherhood is start breastfeeding. This is the first step when we start taking care of our kids. And I would like to recommend at least 8 to 10 feeds you are giving in a day. You should maintain hygiene also in that area, so that kids should not be getting some infection. Keep cleaning, and you need a good health hygiene for breastfeed. And don't ignore this, it is very important. And release your stress, all your stress when you are feeding, because emotionally stress we are passing while feeding. The vibrations which when we feed, what we want our child to be, like a sanskara, we tomorrow will be covering this garbha sanskara. So when we have learned from our grandparents or grandmother, she used to teach me, when I'm feeding I should leave all the stress. In that time, just pass on all the positive thoughts to your baby. it works a lot. It works a lot. So release your stress, so that emotional health also should be better in those kids. And keep your water intake also sufficient, because milk is also one of the source, and you will get the good quality. So the your nutrition should be proper, and give nature's gift colostrum to your baby for developing the good immunity. And this video is dedicated especially for those women who are at home, passing through the same phase into the pregnancy, or antenatal care, or like postnatal care. You all have different these phases, so please do take care of breastfeed. इसमें शाई की कोई बात नहीं है, शर्म की कोई बात
Sorry to
नहीं हो. Yes, Dr. Veena.
sorry to interrupt, ma'am. I forgot to tell about galactogox.
Okay.
It is my experience. There is a seed. Everybody's might be aware of it. Garden cress seed. We called it as olive, garden cress seed. It is a very rich source of iron, folate, fiber, everything. It's a whole package. I think those laddus will be provided or given to the lactating mothers, which will
Okay.
support for the better milk production. And it works. It is my experience. And flax seeds, garden cress seeds, flax seeds, and there is also one thing called as gum, dinka, and methi seeds. All these will support the better production of milk. So it enhances the breast milk production. So that garden cress seed, it need not be taken only during lactation or pregnancy. A woman can take it anytime. It can be taken, you have to soak it, and then it can be consumed in a form of kheer or laddus or something. You go to the YouTube, any website or something. Many recipes are available, which are prepared out of garden cress seeds. I suggest for all the ladies to consume this garden cress seeds. So the whole package
How much
of
in one
this
day
thing.
we should take this quantity? How much should be the quantity for one day?
Say the 100 grams of garden cress seeds, they have a maximum amount of iron. So there is no limit. Maybe 2 laddus you can take. 2 medium-sized laddus can be taken. It will contain a lot amount of garden cress seeds, and you will, it is a supportive food
Yes.
for your usual balanced diet. Whatever you take, it gives us
In
good support.
in our ancient cultures, in all the religion, special diet is provided during this, like post delivery. They are very rich with the herbal, this all this kheer and laddu and some halwas in all different regions of India.
Yeah.
That is very nutrition. There is no harm. Don't shift to junk foods at that time. Don't go for your cravings. Try to be as natural and wholesome food, and you can take. As you came to know about the benefits of milk, it is having the growth hormones, very good for the development of your brain. So this is the right time to kickstart your good foundation for the your kids, to improve his future health. You are just making one step, and it's you need not go anywhere. You need not, just take out some time from your routine and devote, because children, they are our first priority. We have, but same time we have to take care of our health. This in every webinar I say, because purpose of my this Healthy Women Healthy India webinar was just, I was thinking, because in pandemic all women are sitting at home, their husbands are working from home, kids are not going to school, so they are just missing their me time. They are devoted to the whole family. So in this period they should not ignore small issues of health, and they can't go for some outside also. So many places are containment zone now, they can't go out for some small consultation or for these things. So we are providing these consultations. You can come and leave your message on our number 9311478789. It's in the Ayuk Shema website page. You can drop your message. We will come out certainly with some solutions. So you now you have come to know the wonderful benefits we have in this milk, like lactoferrin, as she said, it is very good for physical growth, for bone development, and you came to know about the development of a brain of a baby also. The benefits of mother's milk is to establish healthy gut microbiota, which we don't know in normal life what is this term, but to develop the good gut bacteria for his future growth, physical growth. So let's share this video. If you like it, if you find it is beneficial, please share to the women's community to educate and bring the awareness program for the breastfeeding. I hope this was very useful video, and I will just take 1 minute to say about Ayukshema. This is the registered website in which we are facilitating the institutes, hospitals, and professionals of traditional system of medicines. We are inviting the doctors to create their profile, which will automatically will be available for the public for the use on search. So you can boost your services. So kindly spare some time to go and make your profile in Ayukshema to facilitate your services to the public. And I thank you, Dr. Veena Kapil, to spare a really good time. We had good discussions. Thank you, doctor. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.